Oh gosh, I feel like I'm driving for the first time. Oh man, oh gosh! I am going to run over people. Can I press L2 and R2 at the same time to slow down? No, I can't! Oh gosh, I've almost run over children. This is not a relaxing time at the beach. What's up, everybody? It's Blue Budgie 522, and we're back with more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Alright, last we left off, we were on the beaches, or the streets, of Costa del Sol. Look at that view. Look at that water! Can you feel the warm temperatures of the sunlight on your fingertips? I can't. You want to know why? Because it snowed. It snowed here in Dallas. Cactiars? There are cactiars out here? On a beach? I guess there's sand. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever heard of a cactus growing on the beach. Oh! But I see a pink cactiar graffiti on this here stone. I know there's a name for this, I can't remember. Anywho, at the time of this recording, the winter storm will have already passed, but I think that if we're talking about timeline here, this is going to be released the following week. So, yeah, the storm would be past, but I'm smack dab in the middle of it. Well, kind of towards the tail end of it. And, man, there's actually a very excited sound going on. I am going to go over here where the sound of Costa del Sol's theme music isn't as loud. Sensory overload is totally a thing with me. I'm just gonna stand here by these boxes, admire the purple flowers. It would probably help if I turned the volume down in real life. But anywho, we are in Costa del Sol, and because I am snowed in and do not want to risk breaking or fracturing my ankle as I do from all the ice, I am spending my time here where it is sunny and bright all the time in Costa del Sol. Alrighty, if I remember correctly, because in my time, it's been a month since I've logged in, we have checked into the hotel of our friend, and there's much to be spoken for with this hotel. And I think I need to get proper beach clothes. Apparently, first-class soldier uniforms are too dark for the sun. Which, you know, if you think about it, Cloud might be sweating. He's got a turtleneck, like the one I've got right now, a turtleneck. Wearing black with a turtleneck and armor, like metal armor on your shoulder pad in a sunny place like Costa del Sol, that can't be comfy. So, I mean, the cargo pants probably comfy, but, yeah, oh, that's right. It's all coming back to me now. I'm gonna have to play games for clothes, aren't I? I've got 30,000 gil. Why do I have to play mini games for clothes? Okay, fine. Fine, I'll brush up on what exactly I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay. Now, if we actually look at Costa del Sol, it's a pretty big place, so my guess is that for the rest of this episode, we're just going to be playing minigames at Costa del Sol. I tried checking into a couple of hotels, they were both booked full. So, ooh. That looks like a fun area for pets. Story. My fingers remember trigger buttons. Story. Okay. Paradise awaits. unarmed. Now unarmed and considerably less dangerous. Cloud hits the town in search of the robed individuals. I love that the narration has called out that I am considerably less dangerous without my sword. I mean, I do not doubt that Cloud can squeeze the life out of any bones and muscle, but you know, giant sword makes you considerably less dangerous. Okay, so I've done the card carnival with the Queen's Blood Prodigy herself, which was a nice little mind game. I now need to go to Pirate's Rampage to obtain beachwear. I am scared, as I have been for the past few times I've played, for different reasons than being eaten alive by Genova's creations. I don't know what kind of beachwear they're gonna make Cloud wear. Though I will say that at DragonCon, I did see there's someone who cosplayed as Beach Cloud. They had everything: sunglasses, the Hawaiian shirt, shorts, and they were Beach Cloud, and it was the most fantastic cosplay I had ever seen of Cloud. Because yeah, Beach Cloud. But I don't know what horrors await. If you can't tell, I'm not exactly a beach person. Barrett!
And capture the heart of your special someone.
I don't want to capture anybody's heart. I do see Barrett, though. Barrett? Hi, Barrett.
Hey, got a ticket for this thing called Costa del Amor. Don't know what it is, but it's happening here, so...
It's a special event for, meeting new people. But looks like you and me got paired up.
Wait, what? Why do you care about meeting new people?
For the companion cards.
What do we have here? Looks like it's right up my alley.
Whoa, hold on there. You use firearms for a living, don't you? Sorry, but I can't allow you to play this game.
Aww.
Amateurs only. That's our policy.
Oh, it is it? Why didn't you speak up sooner? I don't see any signs either. This is false advertising. You know that?
I'll do it.
Cloud, wouldn't you be disqualified as well? 'Cause I'm pretty sure that they teach troopers at Shinra how to fire firearms. Well, I mean, probably more than the average person. We're not going to worry about semantics. Pirates Rampage, Brigantine. Forgo swashbuckling in favor of sharpshooting as you aim to hit the fiendish targets and earn a high score. Press R2 to fire. Left analog... Is that the left analog stick? Okay, I think so, yeah. The screen's a little far away, and that's a very tiny L on that icon. Okay, left analog stick to aim, square to switch aim and fire controls. There's an L1 and R1 to toggle aim speed, and X to adaptive triggers. That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. Okay. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, there's time materia. There's time materia at rank number 3. There's a ruby at rank number 2. And a companion card for Cloud. And a high potion at rank number 1. I thought rank number 3 was, for some reason, the lower one. But it's the highest one. I want that time materia. I don't think we have time materia. This is the one that lets you cast spells like haste, slow, stop on yourself, on your enemies if you would like. Let's do it! Pirates Rampage!
All right, man. Blast them in the next week.
I'll do it for you, Barrett! For you! We don't leave bros behind. Oh gosh! Oh gosh, I might! Oh gosh, I'm fast!
No
I'm fast!
hesitation, you hear me? Once you have them in your sights, fire away.
Oh gosh. Help! 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 I am a game controller! Game controller! Game controller! Oh my gosh! What? What am I switching? What? I don't under. Ah! 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 Oh my gosh, that's not a whole lot of time! What? Ready? Round 2. Round 2! For a second I thought I only got one round and like, man, I did not get a whole lot for just one round. Like 1600 or so is not enough to win the round here. Why on earth would I want to shoot? Oh gosh! Oh, this is reminding me of Five Nights at Freddy's walkthrough. I'm pretty sure there was a shooting game in one of the latest games. Oh gosh, Cloud! Not that's not a Cloud, that's a wave. Oh gosh! What is going on? Oh my god, HP! The targets have HP! How is that remotely fair? Ah! Oh, my fingers are frozen from the cold! Oh gosh! Oh goodness, I'm shooting the water! Oh, there's more! There are more waves! How many rounds? Oh, I think there's 4 rounds.
Finish it off with a bang, you hear me?
I will try my best, Barrett! I will try my best! Oh my gosh, why would I shoot the Chocobo? I don't want to shoot the Chocobo! Why would you make me do such a cruel thing? I refuse! I know the Chocobo's 800 points, but I refuse to shoot that Chocobo! Why would you make me do that? I don't care if I'm not gonna get a great score. Why would you make me do this? This is awful. Oh gosh, that was stress-inducing. Okay. Okay. They just popped me right in there. Not even a warm-up like with dancing. I'm trying to scan. Do I have to shoot the fat Chocobo pirate? I don't want to shoot the fat Chocobo pirate. That's okay, past me. You don't have to. What's up, everybody? It's Blue Budgie 522 from the future. So, time is just, as usual, very weird in this game. I am recording this actually about a week after I've officially moved out of my old place. So I thought that I would have this video up, yes, last week, but my computer was buried under all of this stuff that I realized, oh man, there's no way I'll be able to edit my video if I don't have access to my computer. Oh well. So, we're gonna be here for a good 10 minutes or so, and as with my other recordings, I just feel that it's a lot easier to just talk about stuff versus trying to edit out all the shenanigans that are happening right now. Which, oh my gosh, this game has so many shenanigans going on right now. I don't even know why the Chocobos would even bother to kidnap the Moogles. I mean, Shinra I understand. Maybe they would want to play a prank on Shinra, but why on earth would they want to take Moogles hostage? That makes no sense. So, I am very adamant about not wanting to shoot Chocobo, even though it's worth 800 points. I'm like, we're not doing it. You can't make me. You can't make me shoot Chocobo. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get our time materia without shooting any Chocobos. That's the goal anyway. So, gosh, what are the implications of the Moogles and the Chocobos not getting along? I mean, in our playthrough universe, we've already established a spiritual connection between the followers of Frith and the Chocobos. Like, I can't pray to the bunny god without being on my Chocobo, because otherwise I can't see the enlightening path that appears when my Chocobo sniffs around. But if the Chocobos and the Moogles don't get along, that doesn't make any sense. Like, we've got a summons that has a Moogle directing a whole stampede of Chocobo. Like, isn't it called the Chocomog? We don't use that summons very often, but it looked like the Chocobos and Moogles got along great with that summon. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. That's usually what happens. I think too hard about these things. I mean, these Chocobo pirates, they've got a crew filled with flan, the little fire bombs, some frogs, the seahorse looking things that I can't remember the names of. I mean, they've got quite a crew going on over here, and birds of prey as well. I mean, this might be just my opinion. I always felt that Chocobos were kind of like the capybaras of the animal kingdom. I think it's the capybara where they're able to get along with so many different animals. I feel like Chocobos are a similar thing. Because in Final Fantasy VII, the original one, in order to capture a Chocobo, you have to have like a Chocobo materia lure in your inventory, and you would always have to find it when you were battling a monster and distract it with some kind of Chocobo Gishal green or some variant of it. So they were always around different fiends or different enemies. I didn't realize this. You could totally see what different characters pop up on the screen. So yeah, they've got quite a crew going on over here. So, man, and the one that's leading them is the fat Chocobo. I have not seen that golden flan. I have not seen the Cactuar either. There's a Cactuar in this crew? Man. So, yeah, I'm just, So it makes sense to me that the Chocobo would be friends with all of these fiends or monsters, because they're the capybaras of the animal kingdom in this game. They're also supposed to be a replacement for horses in this game. Cause you don't really see horses in Final Fantasy unless it's Sleipnir, who has more than 4 legs, or a variant of Sleipnir that's a fiend where it's got a giant horn. They're actually unicorns, but deadly gigantic unicorns. Or if you're playing Final Fantasy XII, they're horses that have snakes coming out of their necks. Yeah, those are the things of nightmares, the nightmare fuels. Oh man, I can't even imagine if you ran into a Chocobo that had like snakes coming out of its neck. Now we're getting to some weird tangents here. No, I'm gonna just erase that image out of my head here. I love how Barrett is just cheering us on here. Something tells me that this would be one of those kind of mini games where, depending on the relationship with your characters, something is supposed to happen. It has that flavor to it. I don't know what it would be. I bet if I got a better score, like if I got a really good score, Barrett would praise me for something. But because we're trying to avoid killing the fat Chocobo, I don't think we're gonna get a good score out of this. But we're doing pretty well. We're doing decent. So, just a few little pointers for this minigame. I'm playing this on the PlayStation controller, so I'm not going to have the quickness and speediness of a mouse and monitor. What they do have at the bottom left there are things that you can control to help you with the game. So I didn't realize that my aim speed was at the highest level. So if you look there, it says L1 and R1 control your aim speed. The lower it is, the slower your rifle points to the target. So that's why my analog stick was so sensitive. It's because my aim speed is at its highest. I did go and play back through this at a lower speed, and that helped me just kind of drift my analog stick and just press X to fire, or R2 I think to fire. So, yeah, gosh, this minigame. I think I spent way too much time for a playthrough on this minigame, not gonna lie. I think what I'm gonna do for future playthroughs is if I find myself in the middle of one of these minigames, I think I'll cap it at, say, 3 tries. And if I don't get it, it's like, okay, I'll play off screen to catch up with it. I wasn't sure what the adaptive triggers did, but if you're struggling with this minigame and you find that the controls are too sensitive, it could be that the aim speed is too high. So I think this is my last attempt at it. So I will drift into the ether here in a moment and let the game play its course as soon as these waves drop by, man. Final round. Oh gosh. You can do it. You can do it.
Hell yeah! Now that's what I like to see.
All right. I think I got my companion card. I don't want to hit the chocobo. Don't make me. Right. That'll have to be
Ain't
you,
the
Barrett.
greatest, sure, but we'll take what we can get.
Yes, I
Well
agree.
done, gentlemen. With play like that, you must have known each other for years. The shooting and the shouting was a sight to behold.
Thanks, man.
You hear that? A sight to behold.
Yeah.
It's his job to butter us up.
Oh, come on, man. Just drop the jaded act for a minute and take the compliment. I promise I won't tell. Anyhow, I'm off to enjoy the beach. Don't leave me hanging too long here.
I promise. Oh. Oh man. Why would they make you shoot a fat chocobo? I don't like that. All right. What else have we got going on here? Quests. Participate in the wheelie test drive. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. The Cloud Beach cosplay was on one of those. Oh my gosh, that made that cosplay so much more epic. Okay. I'll just think of it as that. Well, I'm gonna go cosplay Beach Cloud. That I feel a little better about that. There is a piano here, but I think I have to have access to the hotel to do that. What's Run Wild?
If you want an excellent view, look no further than this resort.
Ah, there's Yuffie. Hello, Yuffie.
Where are you? Think of the calming relief I bring to the team, as well as some much-needed youthful energy.
You know, she wasn't that, she wasn't trying that hard to get onto our team. Maybe she was. It's been a long time since I played the original. But she was advertising for a food truck or materia truck in Costa del Sol in the original game. So that tracks.
Up in town.
And I hope that Red, Tifa, and Aerith are enjoying themselves back at the hotel. I felt a little bad from the previous playthrough because I had taken my time leisurely strolling through here. Pardon the... I did Maddie. I knocked down a stool. I was leisurely traveling around here when Red 13 clearly said that he wanted to rest his feet, and I dragged him all through town. If I knew that I was gonna be exploring on my own, I would have gone to a hotel straight away. But alas, the gamer in me overtook my instincts of making sure my party in-game is comfortable. Gosh, there are so many things here that I could ride. Ah, here's the information desk. I wasn't that lost, rest assured. Tourist Information Center. Hello.
Hang loose. So, ready to take one of our wheelies for a spin?
You know what? Why not? Sure.
Now that's what I like to hear. And just like that, you're registered and ready to get rolling.
Okay.
All you need to do is pick a wheelie to rent, ride it to your heart's content, then claim your prize when you're done.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Where do I get one of these? I want an obnoxious one. Do these look obnoxious enough? Oh yeah, Hawaiian flowers. Riding wheelies. Wheelies offer an easy way to explore the sights of Costa del Sol. Press R2 to accelerate, press L2 to reverse, and use the left analog stick to steer. Check in at the Tourist Information Center to receive rewards based on your total distance traveled. Okay. Oh my gosh. Cloud, how do I accelerate R2? I think I have R2 mapped in a... No, I want it. I thought that was R2. Did I map it to R1 on my... I have a Wolverine, hello? Terrain action. Oh gosh, no, that's not the terrain action that I wanted to... Okay, there we go. Okay, I guess that... Oh gosh, this is so fast! Can I slow it, please? Oh gosh, I feel like I'm driving for the first time. Oh man, oh gosh! I am going to run over people. Can I press L2 and R2 at the same time to slow down? No, I can't! Oh gosh, I've almost run over children. This is not a relaxing time at the beach.
Just follow the rhythm of your heart to find it.
Oh gosh. Oh, please. I need to get out. Ah! I need to get out of crowded area. I am not equipped for this. I am revealing what kind of driver I am right now, aren't I? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about your ankles. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is... Oh gosh! Can I laply type the button? Does that... Because I don't want to go at full speed. I want to do smooth like that! Why can't I go smoothly like that?
And ride a wheelie instead.
I'd rather walk at this point. There isn't like a racetrack I can go to or something?
Last one to the hotel's a rotten egg.
Yeah, the NPCs are so pro at this. I am not so pro at this. Where is a place where I could just, at my leisure, just get used to this without running into people? That would be nice. I'm not even paying attention to where I am. I am just solely focused on making sure I'm not running into people. I don't know. Oh, Yeah. If you're hearing some scraping in the background, it's because we had a snowstorm go by and it was mostly freezing rain and ice and not snow. And so a lot of people are using today to scrape off their cars, since I think that the worst of it's over. At least I'm hoping the worst of it is over. I know we're supposed to get a light sprinkling of sleet, some Dippin' Dot sleet, and snow. I don't know if the freezing rain is gonna continue. I just know that the worst of it's over, and so people are scraping off their cars. Because it's Sunday. People are gonna go back to work on Monday. I would... Some jobs you have no choice but to go in. I would wish that companies could operate from work from home everywhere, but alas, that's not the case for everybody, sadly. So people have to go to work tomorrow, and so the more that they can get done to make sure their car is in good shape to go work tomorrow, the better. So that's the scraping sound outside. Oh gosh, I think this is the market. There's the inflatable chocobo of my dreams. I'm lucky that my job lets me work from home, regardless. Did I just witness an NPC knock over this flower pot? I'm glad that I am not the only one that has a disregard or make it so easy to knock over stuff. I'm glad that I am not the only one that does that. Can I go up the stairs with this thing? Nope. Cannot proceed further on wheelie. Thank you. Thank you, game. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. I have traveled 661 meters and counting. That is not nearly enough. But I think I'm getting the hang of it a little. Nope. I have not gotten the hang of this at all. Not at all. I am surprised that I am not careening off of. Ah!
Seriously, where the hell are these cactuars?
I am so glad that DaVinci Studio allows me to put a limiter on the volume. Because my gosh, with all the panicked screaming I'm doing. You know what? Let's look for these cactuar. Because if we're gonna reach 4,000 on Moped, I want to make good use of our time. So let's actually look at the rest of our quests. I'm surprised that Cloud is not riding a moped on the waiting screen. That would be hilarious. What other activities are there? There's community notice board, wheelie parking lot, portside provisions. Oh, you know what? This would be a great area to test it out, but I don't know if they'll let me go to the heliport. Let's see if we can get to the heliport through Moped. If not, we'll deal with security when we get there. Okay. Seriously, I wish that there was a slow toggle on this. I wish that they had put this either on an analog stick versus a button. Especially a trigger button, because it is hard to control speed on a button. Whereas with an analog stick it would make more sense.
Found your perfect partner yet? Don't miss out on this life-changing experience.
Am I allowed to leave with this moped? Oh, there's far less people. Far less people down here. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I can... Once we get to the heliport, I can wheelie to my heart's content. Okay, this is much more manageable. Oh, gosh. Yeah, excuse me. Security coming through. Soldier first class just inspecting the heliport for Rufus Shinra here. Not. I am definitely not a disguised member of Avalanche or an escaped experiment specimen. Just security coming through. Oh man, this is fantastic. I am glad that I remembered this open area. Let's see. Oh, we definitely don't want to careen off of the edge here, which has a lack of barricades. There's the Shinra 8. Shinra 8 is looking good. It looks like they put out the fires. Okay. Alright. I'm not seeing any suspicious activity over here. Not that I have any love for the Shinra company. I'm just trying to keep up good appearances here. And practice wheeling over here. Not that it matters much, because my gosh, I thought there was gonna be something like a race, but I don't think that there's gonna be a race for anything. Let's see, shipping containers look like they're in good order. Oh gosh, I almost ran into that pole. I have handled Chocobos better than this moped. I don't even think it's called a moped. The wheelie. I have handled Chocobos better than this wheelie. Ugh. Okay, well I didn't see anything suspicious there. Here's the helicopter here. Fencing gate looks good. Well, I guess while I'm riding around, yeah, so the storm that came by, the worst part of it was to the east side of Texas. The parts where that bordered Louisiana on the map. So I was checking the map this morning on the power outages, and those were the zones that got the most power outages. I see the cosplayers over here. I think that it's safe to say that collectively Texas was kind of holding its breath on the snowstorm, because after February 2021, who could blame us, really? Because at that time, the majority of Texas was plunged into freezing cold for several days. The amount of time that we've been below freezing here this time around has been about half. So about 60-70 hours, which is only a few days. But the part that we were more concerned about, because I wasn't worried about the snow, and there have been upgrades to the power grid since 2021, the more pressing concern was the local power outages from the freezing rain. Oh gosh, I almost ran over an elderly lady. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to stick to the heliport.
Costa del Amor is underway. Find the love of your life today.
Are there Chocobos back here? Oh, I can't proceed to the Chocobos on wheelie. I would never, ever dare replace my Chocobos with a wheelie. Heck no. Heck no. But yeah, so the main concern was freezing rain, because when you get freezing rain, the weight of the ice on the power lines and trees are the ones that are going to knock out power locally. I mean, that's in addition to the ice and snow on the roads. So in addition to it being dangerous to drive, you now have to worry about power lines and trees going out. And we definitely got a lighter version compared to other places that were hit. So I am so thankful that we didn't get nearly as bad. I was concerned about what I was going to do if power did go out. Just because of where I live, it'd be dangerous for me to run a generator inside. So I really only had my blankets to protect me. Blankets, and I bought like so many snacks. So many snacks that don't need water, that don't need refrigeration. I was ready to have just 3 days of snacks if I needed. But thankfully, the power didn't go out where I was. And it looks like, I'm fingers crossed that that's the case for the remainder of the day. So, but yeah, I just find it so funny that here I am just on a wheelie in Costa del Sol when it's sunny, when it's all snowy outside. People scraping the ice off of their cars, making sure they don't slip and slide on the steps and fracture their ankles, as I would tend to do. 2025 was the year of broken and fractured ankles for me. I am going to make sure that 2026, that does not happen. I am so clumsy. I will say this about Costa del Sol. Say what you will about the mechanics of the wheelies. I do appreciate all of the ramps. Because I would imagine that Costa del Sol also gets a frequent number of people who are retired. And so so not only is the ramps just great for the wheelies, it's also great for people in wheelchairs and stuff. Like, kudos on accessibility, I have to say. That's really nice about Costa del Sol. I'm glad that they thought about that. And I think what's cool is that they've kind of made it so that the tourists also can take advantage of the accessibility and kind of made it a feature as opposed to a mandate or requirement.
Register here for the great Cactuar.
Okay, I think I've almost hit my quota. I'm slightly more confident walking through the streets, but man, I am making sure that there's nobody in the vicinity that could possibly get run over. I almost hit somebody in the ankles with this, and this looks like it would hurt. NPCs are showing me up. Alright, I think I'm done. Let's dismount. I will hoof it all the way back to the tourist center because... Oh, they had different kinds! Oh, they had palm tree ones. Those are fun. That would be a cool thing to look out for. I should have been looking out for that. But when it comes to my ADHD brain, there's only so many things I can focus on at the same time. So, looking out for different colored mopeds while I am focusing on not running over people is kind of hard to do. For me, at least. Okay. Okay.
Costa del Amor is underway.
I have met my quota.
Pick a wheelie to rent, ride it to your heart's content, then claim your prize when you're done.
Report wheelie distance.
Let's see what the odometer says, shall we? Wow, congratulations! It is my honor to present you with this Wheelie Master license. You, my friend, have become a living legend today, the lone rolling star of Costa del Sol. This prize is reserved for those who have proven themselves a demon on wheelies. Here, you earned it. Once again, congratulations. May you keep rolling safely and smoothly.
Where can I learn that
I
cheap
am
dance they do
honored
here?
to accept your praise and pin. Personally, I feel like I was a terrible wheelie driver, but who am I to complain to the masses? And by the masses, I mean the ticket counter. I want to see a Chocobo. What? Explore Costa del Sol? Not even the game is allowing me to meet the Chocobos who are more tan. I didn't know Chocobos could get tan. Is that a physiological adaptation? They look more orange than yellow. I would be curious to know what the difference is for Costa del Sol Chocobos, or not Junon Chocobos. Junon Chocobos are gray. This region, man, even my geography knowledge sucks in game.
Wheelies, sir. Make way for the Wheelie Master, everyone.
Oh gosh, my goal is to keep a low profile. I'm not sure if being hailed as the Wheelie Master is keeping a low profile. I need to be more cognizant of that. Okay. What else is uponeth? Beachwear exchange booth. Let's see, based on the party's cursor research, Costa del Sol Resort and Royal Coast are the most popular options, but we couldn't find those hotels were full. Yuffie's enjoying a frozen treat. She takes a break from her dessert to try weaseling her way into the party once more. Okay. A legion of Demons on Wheels, Cloud and the gang participate in the event and walk away with all the available prizes. Okay. How can I check to see how many
With the assistance of
tokens I got? I guess it wouldn't hurt to at least go visit the booth. I just want to make sure that I am getting all the side quests out of the way. Card Carnival.
while your body sign is
Oh man. So, in addition to it being a month since I recorded, I've been sick. Hello.
Welcome to Card Carnival.
Ah, Spears and Needles. See Devil by Night, a kingly clash and power down practice. So if I remember correctly, they have some pre-made boards here, and you're supposed to pick the specific layout. Let's see what we got here. Because the goal is to win the game based on the proper formation. So we've got 3 slots here, and the enemy has. I don't think the enemy can draw anymore. I don't even know how you would get this kind of lineup in real Queen's Blood. So the top part has 6. The top row has 6, the middle row has 2, and the bottom row has 7. My guess is that the Cactuar is going to come into play very much in this round. My guess is that I need to put down a special effect here for the bottom with the Cactuar, so that when I place my Quetzalcoatl, they're able to free up that spot for my team. So my guess I should put the Cactuar here. And then I put Quetzalcoatl here. Oh, but there's a special effect here. Okay, so I didn't realize that there were even more power-ups available. So my guess is that the top row is going to be a lost cause, so we need the bottom 2 rows to exceed the top row. Alright. There we go. So we needed to beef up our Quetzalcoatl at the bottom. So, okay. What I like about this versus regular Queen's Blood is this kind of makes you think strategically about the position of cards, and also kind of teaches you about the effects of the cards themselves in a not stressful environment. Okay. Oh, does it even tell you about the board? Okay, so Sea Devil by Night. So in this limited deck challenge, your opponent has laid their cards on the table. Beware the Mind Flayer at the center of the board. It will sap strength from adjacent cards and destroy them. Sacrifice your Mandragoras in order to enable your Sea Devil skill and emerge victorious. So they kind of tell you a little bit. So we're supposed to sacrifice our Mandragoras and let our Sea Devils do the work. Gosh, but they require, if I'm reading that right, they require 3 pawns to summon. Ooh, that's a lot. Look at that army of Birdos! Oh, there's the Mind Flayer. Oh man. I can't wait to get a Mind Flayer in my deck. Okay. Me too, buddy. Me too. So, again, it's Blue Butchie 522 from the future. Now, this particular board really stumped me because I didn't quite understand what happened to your board after your cards are destroyed. I'm a defensive player when it comes to these types of games. I don't like sacrificing monsters. And so I haven't really had many chances to experiment what would happen if a monster gets destroyed deliberately. The idea is that there are some cards where, depending on if a monster gets destroyed, they might earn points. But in this case, what the Sea Devil does is anytime you play a new card on the field, you get increases in attack power. So what it's supposed to do is I'm supposed to summon 2 of the Sea Devils and then immediately, and then play the Mandragoras so that the minions can be played as well, and that counts towards the Sea Devil's attack points. But it'll make sense later in the playthrough. We've got about I think 10 minutes or so till we actually get to that segment. So yeah. In the meantime, I just want to reflect a little bit about the Queen's Blood mechanics. So I've probably said this already. I do prefer this version of Queen's Blood just because it teaches you how to play. I wish that we started out with Queen's Blood like this when we were fighting other players, or that we got a tutorial like this sooner, because some of those opponents on the cruise ship were just, I was struggling a lot with some of them in the playthrough, and I play Queen's Blood quite a bit. So if I had known that there were tutorials like this that would help me learn how to play better, then I could experiment with building decks. Because sure, you can experiment with other opponents, like how you usually play Queen's Blood in the game, but this one feels like tutorial mode. So I wish that they had tutorial mode like this earlier. Like maybe at the Crow's Nest, or when we first started playing Queen's Blood when we were in the grasslands. So, oh well. Oh well. So, what I like about the mini games over here for Queen's Blood is that we're starting to build more of our deck with rare cards that aim for a certain play style. So some of the play styles that I've seen from the other Queen's Blood players and from this tutorial, you have those who rely heavily on cards that boost your monster's attack power. So I did this at the beginning where I had a bunch of cactuars, a bunch of squirrels, a bunch of chocobos, and crabs to boost the attack power or defenses of my my cards. I say attack power, but I'm really talking about that number that's in the top right corner of the card. I relate so much to dual monsters on this one, so that's why I call them like attack power, defense power. It's actually just that number there at the top right. Then there's also the play style where you sacrifice monsters. So I've seen a few of the more advanced Queen's Blood players use that to their advantage to get rid of cards that they've already played to summon even higher leveled monsters. Which it took me a while to figure out what they were doing. So those were the opponents that I struggled with the most. Then you've got what this deck is showing us, which is the Sea Devil, where the more cards that you play, the more that it boosts the power of your monsters. So lately, what my strategy has been is to, I call it suffocate the board, where I try to cut off the opponent's path towards my side of the board as much as possible. So what that usually means is I'll make like a direct beeline towards the other opponent's side by just making a straight line. And what'll happen is the cards that, or I should say the pawns that are at the very first row, and in this case it would be the most left column on the board, would remain untouched while I expanded my territory towards the other side. Because if you're able to choke the opponent's path and prevent them from summoning a lot of stuff, that gives you more turns to be able to summon more monsters, or you can sick Shiva on them. I used to not like playing Shiva because I didn't understand, like, why would you have your entire board just be covered in icebergs that are like 2 points? But apparently I think it's a range of between 2 to 4 points or something, so it's not always 2 points. And also, it kind of immediately ends the game in a few turns because all of your pawns will get covered with icebergs. And in cases where it looks like your opponent might have a chance to overwhelm you, and you don't have many cards that are above, say, 1 attack point, then it would make sense to play Shiva in the empty spaces because you don't have a lot of high-level cards. So, but that's also why she only has like 1 square on her because she doesn't advance anything. Because once you play Shiva, you're essentially done. You don't have any more turns. So it can be a challenge to play Shiva. So I don't know if the other Queen's Blood players played with a certain kind of deck. I saw it when I was playing with Red. He had a bunch of wolves in his deck. I can't recall if any of the other players had similar things where they stuck with a theme for their deck. Kind of like with Yu-Gi-Oh! If you ever watched TV show or read the manga, you could tell that there were certain players who loved a specific type of card. So Seto Kaiba, he loved playing like high-level dragons in his deck. You had Weevil, he had mainly insect or bug cards. You had Rex Raptor, and he had just cards like just filled with dinosaurs. Yugi's had a bunch of magicians in it. Joey had a lot of cards that relied on chance, which I thought was really cool. I think the main dragon in his was Red Eyes Black Dragon. And then Teia's, or Anzu, she had a bunch of cutesy cards. So Yeah, I don't know if they had a similar thing going here in Queensblood. I was trying to look for it, but at the very beginning, I wasn't paying too much attention to it. So for me, I like to have as many Chocobos as I can in my deck. So that's why I filled up my deck with the Fat Chocobo, the Chocomoogle, and I think that we win ourselves like a little Chocobo chick, which still, I don't know why the remake of Final Fantasy VII decided to give Carbuncle and the Chocobo chick an inflated head. I don't understand it. I don't think that even the little baby chicks in the real world have inflated heads. They don't really have any feathers on them either. They're like little babby, scrawny little chicks with very, very tiny necks. So, it is a mystery to me. So one thing that I did not know about when you play cards here. So I assumed that when a card got destroyed, that it would eliminate any sort of like effect that it had on the board. So special effects I could understand because once that card is destroyed, a special effect is no longer in play. But what I didn't know was whether the little light bulbs or pawns would be retained after the card is destroyed, which was the key to figuring out how I needed to play this. So here we have the security officer, and he is able to add an extra pawn to the top and to the left of him if he's played in that spot. And what happens is, even when he goes away, the effect that he had on the path stays. So I did not know that that would happen. I totally thought that once he was played, that his effect on the board where he added more light bulbs on your path would go away. It doesn't. And so once I figured that out, I realized, oh, that's how I can summon my alligators to the board. It's because even though the soldier gets takoyaki'd by the Mind Flayer, he still has an impact on the board. So we're now getting close to the actual playthrough where I have the final thing going. I think I just misplaced or like which cards I was supposed to put on the board in certain spots in order for me to win the game. So alright. So here's what we needed to do. So first, we're gonna restart the match. And the first thing we'll do is we'll have our security officer and we'll play it there at the bottom. So he'll give a +1 to the top and to the left of him. That is where we are going to place our Sea Devils, both of them, because we want to incorporate their effects immediately. So as soon as I played that other Sea Devil, one of them had increased in attack power. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to summon these Mandragoras and their minions. Now in Queen's Blood, you need to ensure that you don't get a tie if you want to get that board's points. So what happened was I had a tie in the middle row, and that's why I lost, because I only had 6 points at the bottom. But now I have the appropriate points since I placed one Mandragora in the middle there. So that takes care of that. Past me, I will leave it to you. Sea Devil. Something tells, no wonder it's a it's a 3 even though it's got a +1. If you're able to play that immediately, you could earn points throughout the entire game. I'm getting some rare cards from this. Okay. Well, it is at the top of the hour here, so do I keep going or do I guess I could keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay. A kingly clash. Your opponent has laid their cards on the table. As your own forces wane, the Tonberry King's power grows. Ugh. Use the skill to your advantage by destroying your cards with Death Wheel and Mind Flayer, then unleashing the King's Karma. Okay! Something tells me I'm gonna learn how to sacrifice monsters! Hello, Tonberry King. When allied cards are destroyed, raise this card's power by 2. I see. That's comforting. Okay. Well, so the idea is that, the Mind Flayer and the Death Wheelies can destroy cards. So so for the Mind Flayer, lower the power of allied and enemy cards on affected tiles by 1 while this card is in play. So we want to feed our Mind Flayer Takoyaki here. So he needs a summon of 2. So that white square tells me the position. And I think that the one where it's like the little transparent red square is the one that's going to get affected. So I think I need to make some room here. So let's put a zoo here. All right, now we're talking. Oh yeah. Oh man, we are gonna be using death wheelies to lower the defense of our Shinra flamethrowers or troopers here. Flamethrower troopers. We're gonna sacrifice our flame troopers. Oh my gosh, that's diabolical! Oh my gosh. I think what we need to do is to... Oh, did I already mess this up though? We'll see. Wait, what? What happened to my Tonberry? I killed my Tonberry! How'd that happen? What did I do? I am not sure what I did there. Well, here, let's just, let's put down our Tonberry. goodness. Oh gosh. Oh gosh! This is terrifying to witness! Oh my gosh. My side of the board has gotten... Oh, the takoyaki killed my other guys! And my Tonberry King has 15 attack points. Wow. Wow. That was diabolical. Okay. Skill drill. Practice using the Art Dragon skill to enfeeble your opponent's cards. When a card's power reaches 0, it is destroyed. Upon destruction, a card's skill is automatically deactivated. When a skill affected space overlaps with an expansion space, you can claim the newly opened space as your own. I think we've kind of been trying this in past card games. I think I need to kill the crabs first, because they're offering buffs to the other things. There we go. There we go. That wasn't too hard. Compared to the other puzzles, this one was easy peasy. Because yeah, the crabs were powering up those moth insects things at the top. Alright! Alright, I think I got everything. Oh, apparently there's more advanced puzzles that can be unlocked later. But I think that this is a good stopping point, especially for my brain. So, thank you so much everybody for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video, and what do you think about the wheelie? Have you ever been on one of those? Would you ride one of those around town? Let me know. I have never tried one myself, but I'd be curious to see what everybody else's experience is. So, in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are, and stay warm or stay frosty. Take your pick. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye. One eternity later.
See you next time, matey.